Hello, my name is Dr. Puzzler, and today we're going to be talking about the link follow custom action for Adventure Creator. So this is a pretty simple action that basically opens up a link into a user's browser. It's good for stuff like directing users like a Discord server, your website, a walkthrough, stuff like that. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how to find it, how it's used, and how to add it to Adventure Creator. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about my game that I'm currently working on, The Great Deer. The Great Deer is a point-and-click adventure game, obviously. It's a mystery type game. You play as an explorer searching for an artifact of great value. You're journeying into a temple and kind of just going through the temple and discovering the secrets within. Be coming out within the next 2 months, spring 2022. So if you could smash that wish list button right here, mean a whole lot to me if you could do that. Now that we've got that out of the way, though, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the link follow action is, as I explained earlier, very simple. It utilizes this application.openURL command in C# to open a URL into a web browser on whatever device your user is using, right? Found it within the Adventure Creator forum, and I'll leave a link down to this discussion in the description. The most updated recent one within this thread is just down here at the bottom. It's got some extra stuff there that these first ones didn't have. I believe that there is a version of this on the AC Wiki, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll just be using this one right here. But as long as it works, it doesn't really matter which one you use, right? So let me just show you how this works in-game. So we have the link file script right here, and actually if I pull up, this is an example of how it's used in-game. This is one of the older versions, doesn't have text wrapping or a large box. But as you can see, it's just within the custom category. It's just called site. You can enter the value down here, or you can copy it from a global variable. Just have the link here, and then if we push play, we can see that if I say click on my website icon here, it'll open it up in my browser, right? Which is exactly what we want to do. So it's very simple, very easy to use. I have it installed in this project already. This is the Sync Gods, one of the older games I've made. But I don't have it installed in my new project. So I figured I'd do that and show you guys how to do that in the process, right? So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to find the Adventure Creator folder in our project. We're going to open that up, find scripts, open that folder up, and we're going to create a new folder within there. And we're just going to call that custom actions, right? It doesn't really matter what you name it, as long as it's a name that you'll obviously recognize. It honestly doesn't matter that it goes in the scripts or the Adventure Creator folder necessarily, but it's good to have it in a place that makes sense, right? So just that's a good place to have it, in my opinion. Now within the folder, we are going to create a new C# script. And we're not going to name that at all quite yet. We're just going to leave that how it is. And let's go to the web page, and we're just going to copy the code, okay? Control C, just like so. Now let's open up, oh, just a second, Unity's loading. Okay, there we are. Let's open this up in our IDE. I use Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Community is the default Unity IDE. Really, it doesn't matter. Just a matter of preference. This will work in whatever IDE you're using, right? So we're going to push Command A, delete all that, and Command V to paste. And let's just save that, and we'll let Unity compile that. While we're waiting for that to load, it's important to remember that the class name of a C# script needs to match the file name of the C# script, right? So let's just copy the class name. If you don't know where that is, it's just right here, public class action open URL. Just right up here, that's the class name, in case you're unfamiliar with code. And then we're going to take this, and we're just going to copy that as the name of our file. Unity might take a little bit of time to compile. That's not showing up anymore because I renamed it. If I open it back up in my code editor, obviously should pop up as the correct one. Yeah, okay, just wanted to double check that. So now that we've got that in there, we need to go to the AC game editor and go to the actions panel, right? And now as we can see, we have the custom, I already have the custom category selected, and it says that there's no actions in this category found. That's because we haven't defined this folder as the place for Adventure Creator to find custom actions. So the easiest way to do that is just to click on this folder icon right here, find the Adventure Creator folder within here. You could also copy the path in here, I believe. Just a matter of preference. Just we need to find it here. This is a huge mess. Where is that? There we are. Okay. We're going to just find the folder within here. So scripts, custom actions, and we're just going to choose that folder. And as you can see, now in the custom stuff, we have open URL as one of the actions, right? Now right here in my title screen scene, actually there's nothing right there, but I have a test action script open. So we're just going to go to custom, and then because that's the only custom action we have, it just automatically selects open URL. So what we're going to do now is just put in whatever link we want to do. For me, I'm just going to do my website, so littlelifgames.com. And we're just going to copy that. It's important to note that you need to have the HTTPS in there. It needs to have the full link. I'll explain why in just a minute. Right? So there's something broken there, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine. Now, if we run the game, and this is actually a really cool trick I'm just going to show you right now, is that you can run actions without like setting up like a hotspot or a menu element to run them. If you just select the action, there's this button right here that says run now. And this will only work obviously while the game is running. But if we push that, it'll run the game. And as you can see, it pulls up my website just fine. Now, let me show you what happens really quick if we make it so that way we don't have that HTTPS. It's just littlelifgames.com. Seems like it should work, right? Seems sensible. Let's play. And then run now. I'm not sure if you can see this error, but there's an error popping up from macOS saying application can't be opened. So basically what this means is the open URL action can also open up files in a computer, and it can like run stuff. It can be very powerful, which obviously means you need to be responsible in using it. But that means that without that HTTPS, it doesn't know that it's trying to open up a web page. That's something that I struggled with when I first opened up the game, when I first started using this, because the first version of this script basically made it so that way it doesn't show that here. This might have been a different script, but basically it just said like it had HTTPS in there. Actually, I think it has it here. Yeah, just like that. And so I thought it added that automatically for some reason. I'm a bit square brain, but So I was just putting in the plain URL without HTTPS, which meant that it wasn't working. Had no idea why. Kind of just gave up for a while until I figured out that I was square brain. So it's important to make sure you have that there, so that way it knows to open up a website rather than a file. But other than that, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that wacky stuff that you're supposed to do. And yeah, see you in the next video.